Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion's Booster Pack Adventures. I'm hoping we end up not maybe having a run as bad as our last one, even though we won, because this character is amazing, even though we became Blue Baby. What a hilarious series of circumstances. AP D6, SD N6. Strangely, it's a perfectly balanced seed as all things should be. It feels great to be the Forgotten again instead of Blue Baby. To have, oh jeez, careful. To have more damage by default as the Forgotten than we had in total as Blue Baby. What a world, dude. We won our last run. And in the end, I would not necessarily describe it as being hard, because I know you guys are going to take that out of context. So, having a modicum of self-awareness, I'll describe it as difficult instead. I agree, preparation H is pretty good on the whole. Please give me red hearts. You have not done it. Either way, dude, I think, like, you can really absolutely afford to lose bone hearts as the Forgotten. And that's, like, still acceptable, although you'd prefer to do it the other way. I don't think this is a character. I'm starting to coalesce, like, my thoughts on this character. I don't think you need to play it safe when you're playing the Fallen. I think you want to go all out most of the time, to be straight up with you. And in fact, I really think, like, even doing something that looks as silly as this does is probably for the best. So we actually gained a little bit of HP on that. Probably won't happen that way every single time. I am... oh, never mind, I lost a bone heart and I am a fool. I, do think, at some point... yeah, that was horrible. This is the perfect run for me to lose on. Because I just said, you don't need to play it safe as this guy. Either way, though. I think you're supposed to play aggressive. Like, I see people, and I've done it myself, play safe. Oh, bone hearts are the most precious resource on planet Earth. Get that out of here. I don't play like that, okay? Fly is okay. I think that this is not good, honestly. We've only had it once, and it wasn't on a relevant run. Okay, yeah, I'm way happier with Toxic Shock, honestly. Even if it cost us an arm and a freaking leg. The stars is fine. We should be okay. The only thing I'm worried about is, you know, it would be nice to get some way to replenish red hearts so we can't, so we can have some kind of sustain as melee lord. Like, I think this character, changes the efficacy of a lot of the items in the game. Like, all of a sudden, when little Chad shows up, if I'm playing as the Forgotten, I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Thank you so much. If I'm playing as any other character, oh, little Chad, we don't even need red hearts. Same thing with, like, Old Bandage or something like that. Even Gimpy becomes better, even though it's already good by default. Might as well grab this. Not going to take it for extra spirit hearts unnecessarily. So we have had the knife synergy, but I can't remember what it is, so I'm definitely going to get it again. Yo, maybe we have it. It puts a knife on the end of the bone. This is art. This is video games. I'm so ready. Hold on. Is this an important email? Nah, not really. Okay. Dude, this is sick. Have I become Death, Destroyer of Worlds? Able. So we do have, the range is quite high as well, actually. This is so cool. I'm officially on board. And again, this is why I'm saying, you know, even if this character is a little on the easy side, they put so much work into making the character fun that, you know, there are no complaints from me. And just give me a spirit heart. As a result of the spirit heart, I can go play as the soul again and be a little bit less afraid of any kind of potential disaster befalling me. So we'll grab this. We definitely don't need the battery right now. And I'm pretty sure that for the rest of the game, we're pretty much just going to press the arrow keys and destroy anything that we come across. I know I said we didn't need the battery. That was before we got a dime out of a chest. So I'm pretty much good to go here. And you know what's nice about... again, I keep coming up with these strategies. I apologize because there's been, like... these videos haven't necessarily been anecdote-rich. Been a lot of talking about the game, but that's what the... That's what the backlog videos are for, is a little bit of, you know, banter talk. But we've been doing okay, I think. I'm not going to get too down on myself. But I keep coming up with these awesome strategies that, I mean, I'm not saying they're original to me. Rather, I'm just saying, like, I keep getting distracted because they're so cool. Like, why not, even, like, worst case scenario, we can just be the Bone Lord and use the Forgotten exclusively to steal deals with the devil and not feel like it's a waste of our time. Like, the Forgotten exists essentially to give us free devil deals on a run like this. Or sorry, the soul, I should say. On some runs, the soul exists so that we can actually deal damage to enemies because our synergy works better with that character than it does with Bone Lord. I think I'm getting myself confused with all the Bone Lord, soul, etc, etc, etc. But you know what I mean? Kind of, maybe? It's so versatile. Right now, we're melee, and then the Spirit Heart God exists exclusively to give us free deals with the devil. Sometimes, the melee dude exists exclusively to be a glorified dry baby. Yeah, why not? But this time, that is not the case. This time, he exists to be Destroyer of Worlds. Hey-ya, hey-ya. Even the animation is so cool. Like, look at the animation when the knife flips over. Like, you gotta make that. That doesn't just show up in your game when you put the knife in. There's a lot of love that went into this booster pack, man. I keep saying it, and I keep believing it. I keep getting reasons to believe it. Anyway, let's see how the soul looks now. I mean, we still have Mom's knife with the soul. So, certainly no pushover in that department. And if we find ourselves low on HP... Wow, that was horrible. If we find ourselves low on HP, we could always pivot over to, you know, being the soul, and we still have Mom's knife to do a bunch of damage. Hey, could you not, though? I would like this HP, please. I would really like the HP. Thank you so much. And, oh my god, as our fire rate increases, hopefully, we are just gonna start tearing it up. I feel like I'm playing, you know, the Xbox version of Ninja Gaiden. You know, when you get those weird little nunchucks with the blades on the end of them? Anyone else understanding this reference? It's not, I know it's not a game that is unpopular. It's kind of a weird reference. I understand where you're coming from on that. At the same time, it's been a while. I think that game came out in like 2005, so it's like the same age as my average viewer now. Ba-dum-bum. Not that there's anything wrong with being 13 years of age. I mean, it's not like you can control it, right? You'll get there. So I am taking... Well, I already took it, but I took Strange Attractor. Why? Because these runs exist exclusively for Zane. Zane and content is basically what it comes down to. Now, I'm assuming that when we swing, it will draw enemies closer to us. I love this. Whether it does or it doesn't, it's still gonna make things interesting, I'm hoping. Go ahead, you won't hit me twice. He's definitely being affected by the swing as well. Range upgrade. Another thing this character has done is make me excited about range upgrades, something I didn't think was even gonna be possible ever. So on top of this, I want to see the Guppy transformation. If I see the Guppy transformation, you know, I'm loving life. More Spirit Hearts, also great. Of course. It's weird, you're gonna have to bear with me here. I feel like I can't tell what damage is being done thanks to Toxic Shock, or if there's maybe, and I know this sounds strange, it kind of felt like when we were swinging, we were hitting enemies that were further away. Like, let's wait for Toxic Shock. Okay, I was wrong. It's all Toxic Shock, but dude, since when does Toxic Shock do this much damage? Right, you don't need to spend a bomb for that, but we already did. Toxic Shock is crushing it. Give me Steam Sale. Give me a pill. Hey, not that good. Trinket Smelter is a lot of fun. We'll take Trinket Smelter even though we don't have any trinkets. Trinket Smelter. I need your strongest trinket. I am headed into battle. Perhaps I can handle your strongest trinket. I'm ready. I'm prepared to try for it at least. Crack this. Crack this. Orf. And let's move along here. No trinkets at all, huh? Can we do that in the style of like a Guess Who song? No trinkets tonight for my... No, we cannot. No trinkets tonight for Forgotten. No trinkets tonight for me. No trinkets to up my fire rate. No trinkets to up my speed. Na 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 na. Dude, I swear, I shouldn't be checking my email, like, in the middle of the day while I'm, like, doing a video. But it's, you know, it's funny. Well, funny is a very subjective word in this context. Because I'm a member of the gaming press, I get a lot of emails related... Oh, that was a great shot. I get a lot of emails related to games, as you might expect. On the average Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, I probably get like somewhere between 30 and 50 emails, no joke, related to like, hey, check out this game. I already had this item. This is cybercrime, to give it to me again. On the average Saturday or Sunday, I get one, and I'm being straight up, like... My email inbox does not move on Saturday or Sunday, and it's such a nice feeling. I'm actually like, I'm kind of getting to the point where I feel like a more traditional job holder, which is a strange way to describe that. But I'm like, you know, I'm looking forward to the weekend, because if Friday at 5 o'clock rolls around, and I haven't gotten important emails, I'm like, I'm good till Monday. It's a feeling I have not had in a while, but... It's nice, dude. It means that my weekends, for whatever reason, now actually feel like weekends, even though I do the same thing on them. Helps me delineate my week. Now, what happens if we throw this knife? Alright. I mean, that... kind of to be expected, I suppose. They are not dying like the enemies on the last floor did. It's a weird floor. There's like a huge amount of big rooms. But let's grab, deal with the devil. I want to continue our chance for a guppy transformation here. What happens if we get Brimstone and Mom's Knife? Did we have Brimstone Mom's Knife? No, we had Brimstone Sacred Heart. All equally great. Yeah? We didn't need to do that, but... yeah, this is good. I mean, the red hearts are going to be extremely nice for us. You know, it allows us to stay alive as the Bone Lord. I think, like, if I was to do, and, you know, this isn't the kind of content I make, so instead I'll just spitball it and you can fill in the blanks for yourself. If I was to do, like, how the item rankings change when you're playing as the Forgotten, anything that gives you red hearts goes up. Anything that gives you defense actually goes up as well, and there's two reasons for that. One of which is, you know, you're close to enemies, closer to enemies if you're using the melee side. And the other one is that, you want to preserve your bone hearts as long as possible. So the better your defense is, like if you take half damage after your first hit, that could help you preserve 1 or 2 bone hearts in specific situations, etc., etc. Maybe like the wafer's obviously like king amongst them, but amnesia. No, that's extremely not good. What goes down in the power rankings, and keep in mind, this is not me saying they're bad. I think, realistically, anything that gives you spirit hearts does not benefit from playing as the Forgotten. Like, I would, in most situations, in the average situation, I would rather have the Relic on a run where I'm playing as Eden than have the Relic on a run where I'm playing as the Forgotten. Now, it could go the other way if you are, like, using the Soul exclusively, but obviously we're not in that situation. Okay, yeah, that's kind of to be expected what happens here. We would, and I mean, it's kind of ironic considering I just crapped on the item, but we'd like some Spirit Arts. Okay, I mean, Trinket Smelter, you've done nothing for me, so, like, you can't be upset when now I'm going to take Blank Card instead. Wait, we just got Mom? Yeah, we got the Mom transformation. Nun's Habit. Well, I think you should check this card. Come on, come on. I don't need the lovers. Come on, come on. Please replace the lovers card. Money? Money? Well, I mean, I'd rather have the lovers than two of hearts at this point. It's another weirdness with this character. But yeah, anything with red hearts comes up, so it makes sense. I'm not complaining about my inbox, by the way. I'm just like, I have a different perspective on email than I did before I was in this line of work, you know? Because people, I'll tell you, I got literally hundreds of thousands of unread emails in my inbox. That's not an exaggeration. It's actually closer to 1 million. Now, you know, something like 700,000 of those are legitimately emails that YouTube automatically sends you, like, hey, you know, this person subscribed, and I turned that off way too late in my YouTube game, you know, so, like, a lot of those exist, no doubt about it, but, you know, people are like, why don't you click on the email? I'm like, because just from reading the subject line, I know that I'm not interested. It was like, you know, there's companies, and this is not, like, it's their prerogative, but I get, like, press releases on the regular, and they're like, for immediate publishing, a new skin is coming to Dynasty Warriors, and I'm like, dude, you can't just send me the same email blasts that you send, like, you know, Destructoid. I'm not mad. It's not like I'm offended, like, treat me differently. It's more just like, I literally cannot do anything with the information that you're giving me. So, like, you're wasting everybody's time. I know I'm just on a list, but no, I'm not gonna open that email and reply, hey, thanks for the email. Unfortunately, I've decided I can't cover this because I have no idea what the heck it's talking about. So, like, you know, it's like getting cold called. A lot of these emails are great and extremely useful, but some of them are a little bit like, hey, you know, we're your cable provider, we're offering a new service, and you got to be like, I'm not really interested. Email's a different can of worms now. For me, at least. Generally speaking, like, you know, we should definitely check those out. I am not attracted to the idea of living in the woods. Malf, he's always talking about, you know, like if he gets out of the, you know, the corporate rat race, he's gonna go buy a little acreage and have like a self-sustaining community with like, you know, its own apiary and stuff like that. And I'm not ragging on him. He would love that. Genuinely speaking, I think that would tickle his fancy. I mean, he's talking about it, so I'm, you know, no reason to disbelieve him. But for me, the idea of, you know, farming doesn't really interest me. But the idea of living in the woods, the more time I spend on the internet, and I don't think it's because the internet's necessarily a bad place, but the more time I spend on the internet, the more I'm like, maybe I've OD'd on the internet, and I'm ready to go live in the woods now. I'm ready for that woods life. Not yet, but like I could see myself in like, you know, 15, 20 years being like, you know what? The internet has been great. I've had a wonderful time on it, and now it's time for me to take my leave. It's like being a professional athlete, you know? I'm gonna retire from the internet. I want to get out before it's sad, and I'm on there posting, like, political stuff. And I'm, like, tweeting senators, I heard on the radio today that you're a jerk. Nah. Senators, don't you live in Canada? We have senators, okay? Have you ever heard of the Ottawa Senators? I'm gonna be tweeting Eugene Melnick. It's a hockey joke. Anyway, stop it. This is not me, let's go. This is not me, saying I'm quitting. It's just I could totally see myself now. Maybe Malf will let me live in his woods colony. I think I'm happier with it. Like, Maggie's Faith seems like exactly the kind of item we would want with this character. So we can continuously get bone hearts we don't deserve. You know, Malf, if you're watching this, Malf, if you ever get this colony set up, I mean, you gotta get some fiber internet in there. I don't want to lose internet connectivity. I just want to, you know, not have to interface with the internet. Instead, just like, you know, let's watch some Netflix. I'll program some Raspberry Pi automatic doors sort of things in your commune if you'll allow me to live there in a shack in the back. In the back 40. Alright. No deal with the devil. Take this. Black card strength. Worth a chance to crush the boss rush. Blank card strength. Worth a shot. Dude, the knife. This is gonna be hilarious. I'm so ready. So our damage is great. But to be honest with you, it hasn't improved all that much. What is going to improve is that we're going to get larger and in charger every single time we're able to use this. And pretty soon I actually think we might be large enough to hit enemies that spawn on either side from wherever we're starting. Let's try something like this. That's not as impressive, honestly. It's like an actual anime character now. We'd be the bad guy, though. Huge growth card has appeared in the basement. Are we gonna lose all of these hearts? Or are we gonna lose one of these hearts? We should lose all of them. But I'm just hopeful that it doesn't accidentally kill us when we leave. So check this out. I'm gonna swap. Grab some spirit hearts and see if that works out for us. Yo! This is so cool, but also shaking the screen and making me like the slightest bit nauseous, but this is sick. I love this character. Please turn off the screen shake, Vlambear. We're at the point, I don't even know what I'm hitting. But I know I'm hitting it. Oh, we're done. That happened too fast, dude. I mean, I'll take Dark Prince's crown. I don't think it's going to do that much for us. I don't know, did we take a spirit? I don't think we took a spirit heart there. I think we're in the same position we were in to begin with. That was cool, though, and, like, absolutely extremely worth doing. Now I feel so slow. Still very strong, though. Oh, the Forgotten. Thank you for existing. I didn't know, how much I needed a character like this until this happened, dude. You know, I was genuinely content with the state of affairs in Isaac, and now that we got this new character, I'm like, where did you come from, baby? How did you know I needed you? I believe in synergies. Where you from? Polymorphic character, polymorphic character. Dude, is every Tom Jones song exactly the same? I'm not ragging on Tom Jones. There's, I Believe in Miracles, What's New Pussycat, She's a Lady, Sex Bomb. You know, it's just like endlessly songs about doing it, right? I couldn't believe it when I found out Tom Jones was British, by the way. And, I mean, obviously, that was probably common knowledge for a lot of people out there. But I was just like, he's the most American person I could conceivably think of. Every song is about boning. And he, like, I feel like if you went up to him and shook his hand, you would be like, you smell like Las Vegas. To find out he was from, like, Derby. It's like, what are you talking about? Tom Jones was from Derby. Because he's not from Derby, he's from Gloucester. Don't get me started on English names, okay? Blank card strength was great. Blank card moon? I don't know. There's an extreme bit about English names. How is it possible you invented the English language? And then, I mean, I guess maybe it makes sense, you know? You invented the English language and now you're doing things with it that, you know, nobody but you can understand. It's not pronounced Worcestershire, even though that's the way it's spelled. It's pronounced Worcester for For reasons. Okay, I gotta see what Dunce Cap does. Yo! Now it's officially the Ninja Gaiden nunchucks, dude. This is actually... I just want to play as this character for the rest of my days. The soul is suffering a little bit. I mean, I could, but I don't think I really want to. We don't need, I mean, we could summon, like, 8 levels of cube of meat there, but I don't think it's necessary. And beyond being unnecessary, I don't think it's particularly good.
Friends till the end.
Neither is Blank Card Moon, but we're kind of hoping on Blank Card Rune at some point. So we'll be continuing to move along here. Like, I felt the same way upon hearing that Tom Jones was British, that Americans feel when I tell them their favorite American actor is actually Canadian. And by the way, I am starting to believe there actually is just an inbuilt Canadian, like, genetic tendency to know somebody else is Canadian. And I'm going to test it right now, and you're just going to have to take me at face value. You know, Kate and I, we are big fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I understand that despite, you know, holding a degree and actively going to school simultaneously, in the eyes of many people on the internet, that makes me an idiot. But she was like, did you know that the lady who plays Mantis is half Korean? And I said, she might be half Korean, but I'm pretty sure she's Canadian. And I, like, have no reason to believe that, I think. But I'm gonna check it right after Mom's heart, you know, bites it here. No! And I'm gonna see, let's see. I know it's Pom Clementieff. Born in Quebec City, dude! I'm telling you. There's just... there's like a certain Canadianism that you can just grab off of someone's face. I don't know what it is. So, we got the entire Guppy transformation now, too. Okay. Let's go upwards. I'm not going to fight Hush because we have too few bone hearts and 9 lives makes that annoying. But, like, we probably could survive. If we had shielded tears, I would be more open to it. But, dude, this is so good. Okay, I know we got a curse here because otherwise we would be on the room that we wanted to be on. One of these ways is going to take us back to the origin. The other one's going to take us to the boss. This one seems like it's taking us back to the origin point. It's okay, but I'd prefer to mix it up. So yeah, I mean, I feel like our Canadians, I mean, Canadians, they're of all stars and stripes, you know? Got Canadians, every conceivable configuration. We got hosers and different area codesers. I can't, though, because... I'm gonna, by the way. I'm gonna re-roll this whole run. But first, I'm gonna make sure that we've killed Isaac. I'm gonna, you know, don't feel like we're getting rid of this run, because this run will exist forever. No! It spawned on top of me, which I should have known, and now it seems like a conspiracy theory to have not been forced to re-roll my run because this one was good. What I was about to say is, like... You know, the run will always exist. Right here. You know, on YouTube. But, I mean, I'm not really complaining because it's a lot of fun right now, but I didn't mean for this to happen. Either way, I'm gonna take solace in the fact that now that it has happened, you know, we're definitely in a great spot to enjoy ourselves on this run. And again, the Forgotten just pays dividends. Dude, with 2 luck, we are getting so many payouts. And yeah, maybe they're not 10 out of 10 just yet, but they're doing some great work for us. You know, you wouldn't expect to get this many payouts to begin with. Why would you take... Well, you know why we took it is so that we can preserve our survivability more. But definitely we don't need to take it because we have Dark Prince's Crown. And actually, like, having 9 rate of fire was pretty slick. Well, this is another run. It's going to go down in the annals of forgotten history, which is a great name for a podcast series or something like that. Dude, I'm thinking about, genuinely, and this is not even like you're going to think that I'm having a laugh. Someone in Corey's chat the other day was like, hey, NL, you should do a series where, you know, it's a podcast, and every episode is you talking about one episode of Neon Genesis Evangelion. And if you're not familiar with my thoughts on anime, it's not that I dislike anime. It's just that I'm not into the subculture. You know what I mean? I haven't really ever watched much anime except, you know, being 12 years old and watching... oh, I gotta see what this does. Watching Dragon Ball Z. Ooh, interesting. But I'm... And, you know, some of my co-hosts enjoyed, some of my co-hosts have said disparaging things about it. But I'm kind of interested to check it out, and I think, you know, seeing a series that I know is renowned for being a little bit surreal from the perspective of someone who's never watched anime would be hilarious, I hope. And perhaps eye-opening for me, give me a good opportunity to interface with a side of the, you know, media sphere that I've never done before. Now, apparently, the creators of Neon Genesis Evangelion hate money. It cannot... like, the streaming rights are not owned by anybody on planet Earth, including in Japan. The DVDs and Blu-rays exist on Amazon, but they're, like, largely bootlegs, and they're hundreds of dollars each. What are you doing? Let people give you money to watch... You know, this isn't 2011 anymore. Let people give you money in order to consume your product. I promise you, it will pay dividends. Not from me! Like, I don't have that level of influence, but, you know, from people being able to finally support your life's work. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps us a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.